Raymond Gavin, who's the producer, he's responsible.
We had the slip occasionally. It wasn't deliberate. Maybe sometimes it was. Maybe in a fit of pique, maybe she did get fed up with me, or maybe had a point to make. But that's part and parcel of the job, which you know, I enjoyed. I was very lucky to travel with her for 8 years around the world in some extraordinary places. But that's one thing. What admired me more about Diana wasn't that. Was the way that she seriously attracted herself to those that really wanted her to do something. And she did come back to the office and did make something work and was genuinely interested. This wasn't a job of work just to tick the box, oh, I've been to that charity. She made things work, made people feel special.
When you saw her, which is mentioned in the documentary, when you saw her confront Camilla, were you surprised?
No, I wasn't surprised. This was the occasion of Camilla's sister's birthday. And she and the Prince of Wales went to this party, which to me was slightly surprising because Diana must have known this was going to be a difficult one, knowing that Camilla would be there. But that wasn't for me to say. I did my bit, we arrived. And I'll never forget it because when Diana arrived at this house and this party, I didn't think even the guests themselves were expecting Diana to be there. And it was like freeze-framing a picture from a period piece of history, people dressed in their black tie and dresses, and suddenly this was a complete shock that, you know, Diana had arrived. But anyway, some hour later, I heard my voice being shouted out. I was having something to eat in the kitchen. And Diana said, I can't find my husband or Camilla. And I said, well, what do you want me to do about that? Well, she did say, I want you to come with me. But anyway, we eventually confronted Giles and Camilla, who were sat on a sofa talking somewhere else in the house. And Diana, remarkably calm, said to Camilla, look, don't treat me like an idiot. I know what's going on. And at that point, Camilla said something really strange, which, as I said in the film, never really understood it. She said, it's okay for you. You've got 2 wonderful boys. Now, I knew at this particular point, any chance of any reconciliation here was seriously out of the question. And as I say in the film, that this was then the real beginning of the end, because at that point, Diana, post the separation, began a solo career in Paris, in Pakistan, working in a way that I'd not seen her for some time, really upbeat, really extraordinarily upbeat. I think because at that point now she realized that there was no chance of reconciliation. You know, there was only one direction, and that was divorce. I think the reason why the interest is still there is because that, you know, during her very short reign, Diana made such an impact on royal life because she was so different. She was very media savvy. There wasn't a day, I don't recall, in the years that I went there wasn't some story in a newspaper. And this was, of course, all prior to the media technology we have now, and Facebook, Twitter, and so forth. Everyone today is a paparazzi, effectively. So the press interest at that time was huge. But of course, most of the publicity was very positive, so people, you know, identified with that. Her work, her appeal to people, and then the sudden tragedy of her death, and then the sort of effectively reshaping of the monarchy. and now the very popularity of William and Harry, and this sort of close, identifiable, relationship that they have, and the work that they do is almost, as I say to you, a carbon copy of what their mother was. And I think this is where the interest has come. They identify in William and Harry as sort of a carry-on from where effectively Diana left off.
I changed my shoes. When you want me to
William's done his stint as a helicopter pilot, flew for the last time this week. I think it's a good job. He did that. He was very lucky and very good at his job, and that's being part of the royal family. Now he said, look, with the Duke of Edinburgh now officially retiring, the Queen stepping down at 91 plus, they are coming in to the arena now. So their royal duties are going to get a real big kickstart. But where do they go? The best template they've got is the one of their mother. And they're picking up exactly where their mother left off, both in terms of the work that they're doing, centre point for William, Harry, the AIDS crisis, and all now their new challenge, their joint challenge together with Kate in mental health, which is something that faces every single one of us in this country. And then there's the humour, the fun side of it. Harry, an international global celebrity, make no mistake about that. He's bigger than any pop star you can find. But he doesn't speak like his father. He speaks like somebody out of a boy band. This is the appeal that he has. And it's his generation that will, in the fullness of time, decide how popular this monarchy is. So in my view, I think the Queen to this day and other members of the royal family have a lot now to thank Diana and her two sons particularly for the way the monarchy is actually going in its direction, because it is exciting and it has changed.